Good morning, my YouTube viewers. It is Palestine here. I wanted to make you another video because I wanted to talk about some more breast cancer related business. And basically what happened was yesterday when I was in a coffee morning, I met another lady who was a breast cancer survivor, and she said that her experience was very similar to mine. She said that she went for the mammogram and they called her back and they did a biopsy, and then they told her she had cancer, and she said within 2 weeks she was having an operation. In my situation, I went in for the mammogram. They called me back. I went in because I was sick. They wouldn't see me. And so I had to go in the following week. And when I went in the following week, they took a biopsy. I had to go back a week later. And then they told me that I had cancer that was grade 3. And now I'm having to, and then they made an appointment for me to see a surgeon. And now I've had to wait a month from the time that I saw the surgeon to the time where I'm going to get my operation. It's going to be a month for that to happen. But what's interesting is that I read something somewhere that you have to be treated within 2 months because breast cancer or cancer itself is so serious that when you get a diagnosis of cancer, they have to start treating you within 2 months. So I had like several weeks from the mammogram to the diagnosis, and then I'm having a month from the diagnosis to the actual operation. But this lady that I saw yesterday at the coffee morning, she said it was 2 weeks. She said that in her case, it was 2 weeks from the diagnosis to the actual operation. So she was seen a lot quicker than I was seen. And basically, I asked her a lot of questions. One of the things that I asked her was, did they put any blue dye in her? Because they're going to put blue dye in me. And she said that she couldn't remember if they put any blue dye in her. But I think that if they had put blue dye in her, she would have remembered, because from what I understand, it's very painful when they do that. And she said that one of the things that she told me that they didn't tell me when I spoke to the surgeon is inside of me, whenever they take out the tumor, then what they're going to do is they're going to put clips inside to hold the tissue back together, which I didn't know they were going to put clips in. That's one thing that the lady told me that they're going to do, is put clips in, because she said that when she went in for her mammogram, the mammogram picked up the clips and they told her that those were the clips for when she had her operation. So I didn't know that, so I did get some information. She did say that she had some problems at work because I believe she was supposed to go in to have the marker put in, and where she worked, they wanted her, the day that she was working, she had to go in and have the marker put in, and they wanted her to work the day before, and she didn't want to because she was so stressed out about having cancer. So she had to take a day of leave in order to go into the hospital and have the marker put in. And then she had to tell the people at work that she was having an operation, obviously because she was entitled to sick leave, which I'm not. And she said that she didn't want anybody to know about it. And for some reason, her people at work found out that she'd had an operation, and they saw her in the shop, and they were asking her how the operation went, and she wasn't very happy about that people she worked with found out that she'd had an operation. And then they were giving her some dip about going to work because she was working in retail, stocking shelves and stuff. And she said that she had to do radiotherapy. She didn't have to do chemotherapy, and she didn't have to do any uh, estrogen blockers or estrogen blockers. She just had to do radiotherapy. But she didn't want to work when she was doing the radiotherapy because she said that it made her really tired. And so they wanted her to do work on the tills, and she said she didn't want to work on the tills because she said it wasn't her money and she didn't want to do that. And they gave her some grief about that, saying that they'd never heard of a person who was working retail that didn't want to work tills. But I guess her whole life when she was working retail, she was just stocking shelves and things, and that's what she wanted to do. She just wanted to stock the shelves. But her incident of breast cancer happened 6 years ago, and she said that up to year 5, she was going in for mammograms every year. And then at the 5-year point, they stopped doing the mammograms every year because I think that the chance of recurrence is more up to the 5-year mark, but after the 5-year mark, the chance of recurrence supposedly is less. So it was a good thing that I spoke to this lady. She did give me some more information. One thing she did say, because I told her that my sister had made a YouTube video saying that I got cancer because I wasn't watching my weight. And she said that when she got cancer, people were saying that she got cancer because she smoked, and she wasn't very happy about that. Well, she had breast cancer. She didn't have lung cancer. So, and she still smokes. But so it was good for me to speak to this lady to find out about her experience of breast cancer, because I'm going to be treated, I'm being treated at the same hospital that she was treated. So it's good for me to get some information. I do think that we had a similar cancer, but maybe not the same cancer, because she only had to do a lumpectomy and radiotherapy. She didn't have to do chemotherapy, and she didn't have to do an estrogen blocker. And so I've already been told that I'm going to have to take an estrogen blocker, which so I'm assuming that my cancer is fed by estrogen. And then when I told the doctor, I said, well, I've already gone through menopause, I think. He said, yeah, but your body makes estrogen in other places. So I know I'll have to take an estrogen blocker because they already told me that. And then I don't know if I'm going to have to take chemotherapy, which I hope I don't have to. The radiotherapy, I should be able to work around my work. And the chemotherapy, I have to work it around my work. But I hope I don't have to take chemotherapy. I hope I just have radiotherapy. So that was what happened yesterday. And then so yesterday also, I stopped taking this diabetic medication called dapagliflozin. And the reason why is because when I had my telephone appointment with the pre-op team, they said that I had to stop taking the dapagliflozin 2 days before the operation. So I just decided I'd stop taking it on the weekend. And then so now, obviously, because I'm on 3 diabetic medications, and which of course I need. So now, obviously, since I'm not taking the dapagliflozin because they told me not to, that's going to mean my blood sugar is going to rise as well. So that's not going to be very nice. And I also changed my sheets this morning because they said that the weekend before the operation, you have to change your sheets. Because, yeah, I guess living in England, we don't change our sheets a lot. When we were living in America with our mother, we had to change the sheets every week. But when I was an adult, I didn't change my sheets every week. So I did change my sheets this morning because that's what I was told to do. And they also gave me some special cleanser to wash my hair and my body with. And on Wednesday, I started using that special cleanser to wash my hair and my body. So I'm just preparing for this operation. and fingers crossed that I don't have to take chemotherapy, because I have to work that around my job, and I don't know how I'm going to do that. And then in addition to that, fingers crossed that I don't have to have another operation, because they were telling me that if they don't get all of it in the first operation, they're going to go back and give me a second operation. So I don't want to do that. I want to get it all out the first operation. So that concludes this video. I just wanted to keep my viewers informed about what was going on with my cancer battle, because that's obviously what it is, a battle. So thank you so much for watching my video, and if you like my video, please like and subscribe, and I look forward to making another video for you soon. I'll try to make a video when they put the blue dye in me, but I think I'm going to have to go into the ladies' room in the hospital and do that, because I don't think they're going to want me making a video in the hospital. I don't think they'll go for that. So thank you again for watching my video, and I will be communicating with you in the next one.